record footage of me using it on an emulator. I can't apologize enough.
And if that still isn't enough for you, you can always pick up this. This is a handgun. There's no two ways about it. This is a Glock. This is a bloody gun. It looks exactly like a goddamn handgun. It's a gun!
Oh yeah, we're stepping out of the boy zone and into the man zone!
They couldn't make this thing look any more like a gun if they tried. We're going straight up Coolio's greatest hits over here. No orange tip, no weird shape. I actually had this idea to go to the city and point this at random people for a joke and then show them, haha, look, it's a toy gun. But the more I look at it, the more it looks like I actually want to kill them, and I don't think the balaclava was a good idea either. I mean, did you want to look even more badass when playing Resident Evil Survivor? Because with this thing now, you can. It even has vibration feedback so that you can, and I quote, feel every shot. It's not bad enough being Detective John McClane shooting an innocent woman at the airport. You need to feel like you've done it, and make sure you do it with the built-in machine gun mode. PlayStation. Teaching children police brutality is okay since 1995.
The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. 'Cause someone cut the brakes.
Oh no, it's Jim!
Do you mind? I was just about to tuck into some Pepsi Maximilian.
I'm so sorry, but I've got a big circle for you.
That's nice, but who made it?
Meow.
Oh, well now we know it's gonna be good. Remind me to stop kissing you.
The steering wheel, the quintessential console peripheral. Basically every console has their own version of the wheel, even today. It's like the Cenozoic era. This wheel is probably what Mad Catz is best known for, and for good reason. It's a wheel that steers cars on PlayStation and doesn't break. I mean, take it from the racing legend Mario Andretti himself. It's the #1 steering wheel for the PlayStation. Yeah, he really said that. Right before he took his lovely tanned skin and dyed half of it bright pink. Team Mad Catz. Oh, Jesus. Look at these guys. They look like they run around supermarkets and unpeel bananas. The Mad Catz PS1 wheel does everything it says on the tin. It steers, accelerates, brakes, and the vibration feedback on the wheel itself is a fantastic touch. It even uses race-proven foot pedals, which means that they use them in actual racing cars, like this guy's.
But you know what I want to know? Can you drive Silent Hill?
And the answer is yes. After Harry Mason crashes his car, he then becomes the car. Traffic is great in Silent Hill. I highly recommend it as a cut-through. You want to hear the best thing, though? For some reason, the acceleration pedal is the run button. You hit the gas to make Harry sprint. It's almost like Mad Catz knew we would try this, and I love them for it. Thanks, Mario.
Here we go. It's me, Mario. Come on, children.
But I hear you. Not everybody in the world has quite the same amount of space in their home for something as thick as this. No thigh gap.
So perhaps you'd like to try out the PS1 Ultra Racer controller. Much slimmer, fits in one hand, the healthy option, like wholemeal bread. I mean, it has to be good. It has analog U steering and a non-volatile memory.
I wish I did.
Honey, you forgot to take the bins out.
God damn you, bins!
So let's give this bad boy a wash. I'm going to test it with 3, 2, 1 Smurf. The main cutscene starts up, I'm able to skip it, and then absolutely nothing. I'm playing a driving game with a driving controller and I can't drive. It just doesn't work. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, it does do a lot of little beeps. But that's not enough. Come on, you old rotary dial telephone. I want to play 3, 2, 1 Smith. What do you want me to do instead? Twiddle it? Actually, that's all I want to do with it. Who needs a girlfriend when you have this?
Okay, fine. 321 Smurf is a baby's kart racing game, probably not made with wheel controllers in mind. So how about we try something a little bit fairer, like V-Rally 1.
And before we get into the actual test, I can't imagine when the hell I'll ever talk about this game again, so I just have to mention the music for a second. This tune that plays during the level select screen is absolutely hilarious. It's the funkiest thing ever written, but also sounds like the band drop all of their instruments on the floor every few seconds. As for the game itself with the controller, yep, it works. It's a wheel, it steers, it moves the car with the same level of sensitivity you put on the wheel. It's a wheel.
I've got another wheel.
The PS1 top drive reactor. It's shaped like a toy car remote control, and it uses the latest active jogging technology.
Hey, get back here!
This thing is an absolute disgrace. It's not a game controller, it's an assault rifle. L2, L3, R2, R3, and select is down here. There's multiple switches here, a D-pad in the middle of the action buttons like a DVD remote, a start button up here, two separate triggers right on top of each other, L1 and R1 here, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Did the Zodiac Killer make this? Converts DualShock games into active feedback. What the hell are you talking about? Am I having a stroke? Logic 3? More like Unlogic 4? Okay, well, to give this thing a little bit of credit, to start with, the wheel didn't centralize just like the one on the Jog-Con. But then immediately after plugging it into the console, the wheel springs magically into position.
That's pretty high tech.
And it definitely works, for sure, but if you're trying to play slippery old Toy Story Racer with it, you're going to want to exit your own life very quick and painlessly. You will just oversteer all the time and flip your shit around constantly. So next I thought I'd try Micro Machines V3. Only one problem though. You can't go. For this game, you have to use your thumb on the X button. No switches here made a difference. So then I jumped back into Gran Turismo to see if it was just incompatible, but nope, exactly the same story. I couldn't accelerate with this thing no matter how much I tried, so I guess it's just luck that decides whenever it wants to work. And that's exactly what I want with my game controllers that are needed to control the game. Luck. Not that I care anyway, because you can't imagine how uncomfortable this thing is. Steering while holding X like a chimpanzee is one thing, but in general, it's too bulky, too heavy, and it only works with Toy Story Racer.
Thank you for the raid.
And I would just throw this thing in the skip, but there's one very important question I need to answer with it.
Basefrox_ says you sound wide awake.
Drive the Grinch.
Yes, you can. Very gradually.
The D-pad here does not work, but all the other buttons do, so you're
I'm so
basically
far
just
gone
stuck, nudging him left and right
tired.
with the steering wheel over and over again
I'm
to
not
make him
wide awake
step
at all.
forward. Grinch Turismo.
Hey, have you got anything else other than wheels? Ooh, dog.
What? A guitar controller for the PS1? That's strange, isn't it? Back in 1999, it was actually Konami that came up with the idea for an arcade-based rhythm game featuring a guitar controller, which would then go on to inspire the much more well-known Guitar
also
Hero
high.
and Rock
I don't know
Band
what I'm
years
doing.
later. It was
I don't
called
know what I
Guitar
was saying,
Freaks,
I
just like
lost
this
it.
guy. The cabinets later got some ports onto the PS1 with the guitar peripheral in Japan only again. And you know what? Aside from the two
Anyway,
missing fret
Raiders,
buttons, this thing
I'm
is practically
usually a variety
indistinguishable
streamer,
from
but
Guitar Hero. It even has a
tonight I
built-in
am
motion-activated command
putting
to
on
do
YouTube and falling
Basefrox_ says
asleep.
speaking of
but the
being
game
awake,
calls it
I am going to do the
wailing
opposite.
play.
I'm also going to do the opposite.
The Guitar Freaks games are basically just Guitar Hero, but simpler and on the PS1. There's not
I
much
am
to
going
say,
to
so
sleep.
how
For the
about we try
moment
to
I am
Guitar
awake.
Dino Crisis?
If you shoot a message, if I hear it, I'll say something, but no guarantee.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, so the strumming bar does absolutely nothing at all, and all you can do with the 3 fret buttons is open your menu or waddle forward
But
like
yeah.
Santa in a buffet. You do not stop turning left, no matter how much you shout at the game, so the only way to move forward is to wait for the lady
really
to
just like a
orbit around
chill
to the
with me
correct direction,
stream,
move
I
forward
guess,
for a
would
little
be
bit, stop, and repeat. It's not so much like you're
weirdly
playing Dino
appropriate
Crisis, and
wording,
more
I
like you're
think.
making your way back to your bed in the middle of the night cosplaying as the moon. So why don't we try out Pandemonium instead? Whoa, Jesus H. Christ in slippers! Calm down, woman! Stop it! Slow down! Oh, nothing? Is that it? You're not going to stop? Don't play Pandemonium with a PS1 guitar, more at 11. Okay, last test, Driver 2. A driving game might actually work with this thing.
Now, this is one of my favorite combinations, guitar and driver 2, and I'll show you why. Well, first of all, strum bar doesn't do anything. That kind of sucks, but luckily we've got some other buttons. Red button does that. Not very useful. Blue button brakes, which is useless right now because we're not moving. Green button goes forward, so we can't steer. But my favorite part of all of this is that tilting does this. Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, hello, I noticed you there. Say, do you like my new gaming peripheral? It's a wrist strap finger piano! Is that another pissing wheel?
It's the PS1 Mega Racer controller. Yes, just when you thought we were done, it's the sequel to Oh no. Is this thing a controller or a shitting banana? The D-pad feels horrible. It's really stiff, like an old sponge is stuck underneath it. But the strange thing is that the wheel itself works absolutely fine. I'd say it was better than the Namco one, and this was made by Who Cares Limited.
I'm getting so sick of racing games, though. Can we please?
Holy shit, you can. Yes, lads, this actually works. If you ever wanted to steer Yoshimitsu into a little Japanese nature activist, then pick up this controller right now and relish in the fact that you can't jump, duck, or do any moves that involve pressing up or down while wondering where all of the grease on the rubber came from.
Finally, now I can sit down and enjoy my maximum pep. Excuse me?
It's another wheel. I think. The Formula Racer wheel by Gamester, so we must be in safe hands. This is the biggest piss of the lot. Look at this madman contraption. What do you do with it? Play games or do garden landscaping? Here's a good quote: "For an incredible racing experience," said no one. This is a contagious mass that doesn't know if it's a game controller or a wheel, so ends up looking like it wants to kill itself. I can practically hear it crying at me to end it. It's only 1/4 of a wheel, and the rest is a big red roof tile. Plus, all of the R triggers and buttons are sprinkled randomly all over the back and extremely hard to press, making it look like you're tickling a giant clam. And the worst thing about it is that it works. But at what cost? Because I can't figure out if I should hold it like this, or this, or this. Let's try playing Tombi on it. I'm very happy I did, because I actually prefer using this controller for side-scrollers instead of racers. It works surprisingly brilliantly and even has vibration support. What the hell am I doing with my life? I'm driving a caveman with pink hair into a farting bum tree, and the best feature of the whole controller is plastered right on the box. It turns. Yep, it's a wheel. I'd like to think it does.
Okay, I swear to God, that's it. No more wheels, I promise. There's way too many other stupid controllers to look at, so I'm done with all of the wheels. That reminds me, I haven't looked over at this end of the room for a while.
Here we go!
Oh, hello.
I'm Long Dennis!
Ooh, hoo-hoo. How fun. Yeah.
I want to play a game with you! In one hand, I'll have another accessory, and in the other hand, I'll have the wicked itch.
That one.
Oh no! Get ready for the wicked itch!
The other one.
Yeah!
Gee, thank you so much, Long Dennis. I can't wait to play with the Gamester motion controller. Oh, Long.
Control is thing. Control games with the slightest movement. That sounds utterly miserable. This is the Gamester Evolution Motion Sensitive Control System, an entirely motion-based PlayStation supermarket barcode scanner with a wrist attachment that looks like it could send drones to a small village.
The strap smells like weed.
When you use it, you hold onto one end while strapping the other on for the motion stuff. But while using that end, you need to be certain that you're dead central on all axes the entire time, which means holding your arm out like this, looking like if C-3PO was made of ham. The idea with this half of the thing is that you can program any PS1 button you want onto each tilted direction, combined with the physical buttons here. So if you want to play Muppet Race Mania and make accelerate shutting the trapdoor and slowing down, "Oh, steady on, boy," then you can do that. But what you can't do is turn off any of the tilted inputs. You have to assign a command to every direction, and it's so easy to accidentally activate all of them at once that in a racing game you might as well make left and right tilting the steering, meaning that Kermit just goes off on one wherever the hell he feels like, leaving you overcorrecting your own twisted arm as if you're puppeteering an actual Muppet that kidnapped your family. You can get creative with this thing though, no doubt, like if you play Moto Racer 2 and set accelerate to tilting your arm back like a real bicycle, or Tomb Raider where you can twist left to get your guns out and then lift your arm back to fire them, like a real woman. But overall, it's absolutely horrendous, which makes this half of the controller even funnier. All of the buttons are right here to press and work. So why don't we just use them?
But I can't let this thing beat me. Give me a game to beat with it. Any game at all. I'm Cad the Chad. I can handle it.
Where's my reptile puzzle?
Oh, Christ, we're all dead.
Oh, Oh no! Oh, this is going great. I can't even get out of the playpen. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I'm on the table. Tommy, get off of the sofa. You're going to hurt yourself. You can't handle anymore. You've already given yourself brain damage as it is. It doesn't matter what mode you're in or which way you twist the ant coffin. This lousy great dollop just doesn't work. But surely it must. It has audio sounds. Well, I suppose if you want to play Rugrats and actually feel like an infant that can't walk, then this is the way you want to do it. How about we try a rhythm game like Jamalami? You know, this controller is supposed to make you feel like... But in reality, you look like this. Not to mention, it absolutely kills your arm. Am I Jim Caddick or bloody Geppetto? But hey, you know what else this thing can do? It can be used to map analog stick directions. So you know what that means? Ape escape, baby.
Only problem is you can only do one of two things. One, program this thing to read only one analog stick, meaning you can only run or use gadgets. Or two, program two directions to use gadgets while the other two directions move you around. That's what I did.
Look at me go. All I can do is move left and right, and even then, I can't really move left or right. Go on, Spike, you can do it. Ignore the chafing. Well, at the very least, I can do this. Yes. Finally, my lifelong dream realized. I can cast a monkey net like a camp whipping boy. I'm absolutely stunned that this doesn't work, but how can that be? It incorporates dual force and technology. Come on, I can catch a monkey, at least one monkey before I quit. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, this is pointless. I can't catch anything with this. It's easier catching head lice. Nah, man, I'll show you the real way to use this bad boy. Boot up Tekken 2, program left fist attacks to tilting forward, input the first-person mode wireframe cheat, and immediately, you are part of the game. Even I have to admit, coolest thing I've ever done. The Gamester Evolution, made for men with cardboard beards.
Oh god, finally.
You know what, though? Sometimes you don't want gimmicks. You don't want wheels, you don't want motion, you don't want guitars, you don't even want trains. Sometimes you only want a controller that isn't made by the people who make the console. And that's where third-party controllers come in, like with this Titan Concepts controller I've got here, for use with PlayStation or the P-Zone, made in China by Paul. A lot of these kinds of controllers are the same thing. They function identically to Sony's controllers, but break within one day. They can sometimes come with extra benefits though, like the pre-mentioned turbo button on the Resident Evil pad that automatically presses a single button for you over and over again, faster than you can think. But what got me interested in this controller in particular was this little feature here, a slow mode. I have never heard of this before. Well, while I'm already here, let's try it out on Pappy Rappy. Huh. Okay, how about Shadow Man? Right, so slow mode doesn't do anything here either, which sucks because Shadow Man could really do with running slower. Turbo mode works absolutely fine though, meaning I can do this. This begs the question though, what does slow mode do? Well, believe it or not, it took me multiple tries in multiple games before I landed on one that made me figure it out. Santa Claus saves the Earth. So get this, when you aren't using the turbo button to make Santa have a sugar-induced heart attack, the slow mode actually does this. Yes, it pauses and unpauses the game as quick as the game you're playing allows. And that's it. This is apparently what the controller calls slow, and I can see why. Because it's stupid. Metal Gear Solid, it did exactly the same thing. Mr. Domino, a game that could really benefit from a slow mode, did exactly the same thing. The only, and I repeat, only time this slow mode would actually help you is if the game you're playing has a pause screen that is instant and doesn't flip between two totally different screens all the time, so you're left going blah, 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 all over the floor. Rayman 1 is one of those games, and sure, it's tolerable, but if you'd rather play the game like this, I'd have to interview your parents to find out where they went wrong with you. Crash 1 is another one that works, and it's probably my favorite because the music and sound effects don't pause along with the game, meaning that if you die, you get treated to an extra long game over screen just as painful as actual death.
Oh God! Now who's at the door?
Hello again.
Oh great! Is my evil twin? Oh no! Okay.
So this controller by Titan Concepts, yeah, it wasn't the only third-party controller for the PS1. And if you thought there were only a few third-party manufacturers out there, you couldn't be more wrong. They were everywhere. There were hundreds of them.
In the news today.
I found this giant box of them on eBay, and there are some right sorry cases, let me tell you. What's this? Wild Things? What do you think I am? A grizzly bear? What's this? EB? Yeah, you know what I thought was missing from the PS1 controller? The L2 and R2 buttons being on the top, the L1 and R1 buttons being on the front, and every single other button being in completely the wrong place. What realm of chaotic evil did this thing come from? Electronics Boutique? What are you? A hairdresser's? What's this? Oh, okay, another Gamester. That's good. Sensitivity, low, medium, or high? What? Do you not like being bullied? And why are the grips on a right angle? Is this a video game controller or a shelf? What's this? 4 gamers? This isn't 4 gamers, it's 4 fruitcakes. Who in the shit out there wanted their controller to look like the letter H? Oh, atomic! Thank you for putting an udder on my controller. Oh, what's this? The AirPad. Why is it called that? Is it... Oh god. It's another motion controller. Heads up, dude! Feast your eyes on this godforsaken sack. What do I even say about it? It's like I'm playing a game with a dinner plate but without a tasty pickle on it. Basically how it works is that you turn the tilt mode on and through the power of air it acts as a D-pad. Except it doesn't. It says right here that it's registering movement, but it won't actually move anything until you've poured your gravy and potatoes all over the floor. And that makes racing games an absolute joy. You need to practically turn it upside down to get it to register anything. And no, you don't hold it like a steering wheel and turn it for racing games. You hold it flat out in front of you like a begging Victorian orphan. And it's even better when you play a driving game with slippery steering and car crash physics like Destruction Derby 2. Oh, well shit, there goes my hood. Oh, and don't even bother trying to type your name with it unless you're called Poor Snop. Hang on a second. If you turn it upside down, it becomes an alien spacecraft.
But does it work with anything else? Like Cash Panuka 2?
Yes, it does. Surprisingly well, in fact. But it's terrible. It is so unbelievably delayed, but every single other button is fine, including the D-pad. You've got all the buttons you need right here, so why would you need to turn the tilt on? I mean, sure, it does emulate analog stick sensitivity, so if you ever wanted to make Crash walk like a dying Elvis while you give your controller a long sniff, then this is the thing for you. Well, while we're on a 2 binge, let's check out Medieval 2, because you can't have enough 2s unless you have a Doria.
I do.
Luckily, it works, but man, is it awkward. If you want Dan to run anywhere, you need to beg until your arms fall off. And the gangly spastic movement he has makes something as simple as walking into a sword to pick it up practically impossible.
Overall, if you want to play any PS1 game at all but make everything about it worse, pick up the AirPad. Somebody should do 100% challenge runs with this thing. Don't look at me. I choose life.
And speaking of life, here's a thing that looks like it could resuscitate it back to you. The PS1 programmable joystick from the Game Machine Input Device series. And I picked this up with my arms from the Body Skeleton Limb series. In all fairness though, this is a really neat piece of tech that works like any other third-party joystick, except that you're able to assign any action to any button. And it even comes with a sticker sheet for your ultimate pro gammon setup. And some of these stickers do make perfect sense, while others make me question what kind of games people are picking up. There's a button to make your car go and another to make your car crash. There's a button to release a nuclear bomb. There's a button to make you fart. There's a button to make you fart on a ball. There's a button to make your friends never talk to you again. And when you're finally sick of all the ways you can give off eggy gases, there's even a button to make you give up and cry. Moving on, here's a special little gadget I got from Germany this time, which is pretty cool because the package it arrived in came with a free page of German newspaper for all the latest special offers, just in case you were looking for a Westerschirm Linomatic or a Globus Wiener Würsten. The accessory itself is actually a one-handed controller for the PS1, and that's honestly a great idea. I've always wanted to play Lego Island 2 while eating my Doritos and leaving my fingers crumbly and greasy. After all, you can't just assume that everyone that likes games can use both their arms, or even has both of their arms. And after using this controller, maybe that's for the best. Take a peek at this thing. I want to play video games with it, not eat cereal. I get it, accessibility is very important, but you know what else is? Using action buttons at the same time as moving, which you can't do here? You try playing Doom with one hand. You bloody try. Strafing and weapon switching is over here, shooting is over here, while moving is over here, sprinting is over here. It's a total mess. But screw Doom, how about we play something manly like Klonoa? Which is a little better because whichever direction you move, the same action buttons are right by your thumb. But the trade-off for that is the skin on the end of your thumb. Honestly, the games that this works the most reliably with are the simplest ones like Tweeny's Game Time or Teletubbies. You know, something not taxing whatsoever so that you can play it while looking at the newspaper and ordering some chili Heidelbeeren. Well, maybe you could play Kurashi with it as well. And you could even look up the solutions to the puzzle while you play. And I suppose you could always use it with a mouse for Quake 2 or Final Doom, but now we're getting way too specific. Basically, if you can play the game with your eyes shut, you can play it with the one-handed controller. Anything else is not worth it, which is a huge shame because it would be great to have a controller that you can use while itching your leg.
Jeez, it's getting cold in here. Just gonna zip this up quickly.
Hello!
Oh my god, it's world-famous singer-songwriter Nicole Shirt Zipper.
I'm managing a hot new rap band and they want me to give you their new merchandise.
Oh, cool. What is it, Nicole?
You guys remember Thrill Kill? Ultra violent, ultra naughty, boring and badly controlling PS1 cage fighter that was banned for being too full of fishnets? Well, the game may have been scrapped, but the code itself never was. Long story short, it was repurposed into another PS1 game starring the rap group Wu-Tang Clan, and some copies came with this controller. This is exactly what you think it is. It's a PS1 controller shaped like the logo of the Wu-Tang Clan, meaning you can finally play Parappa the Rapper the way it was meant to be played. It is, without a doubt, the single most uncomfortable thing I've ever held. And I've held my own children. Every single button does not line up. There's absolutely no grip for your palms here, but a giant claw for your knuckles there. The triggers jut out and are also not aligned. And the worst thing about it is that this was easily the most expensive controller I got for this video. Including import fees, this moronic object set me back $400. This is a collector's item. And by that I mean I now use it to collect nuts. Anyway, what the hell is the game itself like? Not sure when I'll ever talk about it again, so let's take a quick look. Why not? Are you for real? A parental lock? I had to be 18 to buy the game to begin with, and now you think I'm 6? What, you don't think kids can look in the manual and read shapes?
I want to see dismemberment!
Oh, I'd like to see that as well!
Oh, no! Not me!
And hey, the parental lock maybe was a good idea after all, because I am inconceivably offended by all of this. Which is more offensive to you? The quality of the FMV, or that everybody in the intro looks like a balloon? I'm gonna pick, old dirty bastard, also known as Dirt McGirt. he is my kind of guy. Somewhere in China, present day, a load of monks are preparing for a Wu-Tang Clan concert when old man Haggis gets way too close to the camera and says he wants to go to America and force the band to teach him their own martial arts so that they can work together to take over the world. What am I playing, and what am I playing it with? The game is everything I was expecting. It's thrill kill in every awful way. No control over whereabouts you attack, no focus, no strategy. But now I'm playing it with a worse controller. Dirty has 3 chambers. Oh no. Shall I call the cleaners? Look at this. Why does he run even when not moving anywhere? All of this is disgusting. I don't even know if I should be playing the game with this thing or holding up a bank. The D-pad is so spongy and stiff, you end up pressing multiple directions accidentally all the time. And it's not just in Wu-Tang. Playing anything on this thing is agonizing. From something as hard as Rayman 1 to as easy as Tigger's Honey Hunt.
I mean, if anything, playing this game with this controller has really connected me with gangster rap culture. In fact, I think I could do a great rap right now.
Hello boys, I'm number 1, playing on my PS1. I like eggs, I eat 'em. Controller shaped like a w. Pull my hair, I don't care. Grab my hair, I'll care a lot. Play the game, it's so hot. I smoke pot in a pot with a pot. Stop. Don't stop. I like Tupac. He led the way. His name is very nearly Toupee. In conclusion, this controller may be the worst thing that I own, but at least it's not a BP controller. In fact, next time you want a band logo to be used as a video game controller, make sure it's from my favorite metal band,